I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
What do you mean, you people?
Say hello to my little friend!
Hello, pretty.
Daddy loves Froggy. Froggy love Daddy?
Yes! We're all I'm not.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts Mark and Sam. Today we'll be discussing the movie Goon. Hi Sam.
Hey.
How you doing?
Fine.
Okay, good. Right, we watched this film a few weeks ago, but I still remember it quite distinctly. It came out in 2011. I don't think it got massive release. It certainly didn't in the UK, and I understand it had quite a limited release in America too. I don't know why. But that's the way it is. It's an ice hockey movie starring Sean William Scott, who's most famous for playing Stifler in the American Pie series. But this is a different kind of character indeed. Okay, what was your impressions of the film, Sam?
It seemed it just didn't seem very good. At
first, yeah.
Yeah, at the start, because all the only characters you really met were the disappointed father.
Yeah.
Doug Glatt himself.
Yeah. Who's Sean William Scott? Yeah.
He's just not really interesting.
He doesn't talk much, does he? And you're not quite sure whether he's a little mentally handicapped.
It's like someone's talking in like a bad film. It's like, oh, hi there.
It kind of reminded me of a tiny bit of Forrest Gump, actually. But then it sort of moved up a gear, didn't it?
Yeah.
When did it change for you? Was it
when he joined the team?
I think we best mention we're going to have spoilers in this. Okay. So if you haven't seen it and don't want to know anything about it, I think we'd recommend it, but you best stop listening here. Anyway, yeah. So it kicked off once he was... let's go through how he actually became part of the team. He was a bouncer, effectively, wasn't he? And his life wasn't really going anywhere, but he really liked ice hockey, and he goes to a match
with this sort of this guy, a friend of his, who does like a hockey show.
Who's really mouthy, isn't he?
Yeah,
really screams out insults. And he annoys one of the players, who then comes up.
He jumps up over the penalty box, and Doug just knocks him out.
Yeah, it's very funny. And when the coach sees this, he asks him to come along for a tryout. And he can't skate at first, but they say, "Well, we can teach you to skate. He's a tough guy."
Yeah, a really good bit is where they try to start a fight with him, and he just knocks about 20 of them out. Yeah. He's just standing there with his fist raised, looking about.
Welcome to the team, or something like that, isn't it? Yeah. And then he becomes like quite a central player. And the one thing I like about it is all the other players are quite cynical, but because he's new to it, he's kind of enthusiastic, and he basically drags the team's confidence and enthusiasm back into their game, doesn't he? Instead, apart from one of the players, and then they start having a bit of success and support, and he's a goon basically. He starts the fights, he takes on people, beats them up, which is quite common in ice hockey, I understand.
Not uncommon in rugby either.
That's true.
What I am essentially, hit him.
Well, I'm not sure you're a goon. You're one of the tanks of the team.
I fill that role.
Yeah, I guess you're a team tank, and that's kind of what Doug is in this film. And then eventually it gets squared up. He gets called the new Ross Ray. Ross Ray's in another team, and he's he's a long-standing, real tough guy. And in fact, one of Doug's team is
PTSD from an injury from this guy.
Yeah, and he
doesn't play as well. He's nervous to everything, and he's really nervous.
And he's obviously nervous when he's on the ice with him. And it's all leading up to a face-off between the two guys, which we won't spoil here. I don't think we might, though, having said that.
Everyone knows what's going to happen.
Was there any bad bits of the film, do you think?
The bits with think her name was Eva, Alison Pill's character.
Alison Pill's in this. She was quite good in this, I
Yeah.
thought. She was the redhead in the Scott Pilgrim movie,
Kim
wasn't
Pine.
she? Yeah, but she looked quite different in this. You didn't like those bits. I thought they were okay. The bits that I thought were really...
It was just really weird. It was like she's talking and he's just going, "You're pretty."
Yeah, it's very. It does
nothing
get a very
happens.
much more Forrest Gump at that point. The bits that I had trouble with was the parents. Really, I don't understand why that plot was even in there because it didn't really go anywhere. They didn't get proud of him all of a sudden or anything like that. It's just
that was weird.
they just seemed a bit mortified by everything he was doing. But the bit with Eva was okay. I thought. I understand what you're saying though. It was very not stilted. It was very. He came across more of a simpleton than he was when he was playing and with his team.
I didn't get how she became attracted to this guy. She says she at the start, almost when you first meet her, she likes hockey. She likes fighting people fighting each other. It's like,
Well, that's what
okay.
I think she was attracted to him. I think the other thing.
No,
was
but
like-
that's it. After that, it just doesn't seem realistic.
Well, I don't know. She was obviously bored with her life because her boyfriend. She was obviously bored with her boyfriend. And the one thing about him was he was very doting, and you could tell he was kind of loyal, and she could trust him. And I think she liked that about him. But the real central part of the film is the fights. Really, they're extremely graphic and bloody and kind of funny in a graphic violence is funny kind of
Just
way.
because he beats them so simply.
Yeah. In fact, when I saw this film, I heard
It's probably one of the best parts. They sort of work out the way that the stronger guy, Ross Ray,
Yeah.
fights and just copy it. And
Yeah.
it just ends up them tied equally. It's
Yes. And now, I read when I was looking into this film, I read that it had similarities to a film from the 70s called Slapshot, which I also watched, where there were three brothers who look like nerds, but they're extremely violent and they start fights everywhere. And it had lots of similarities. It's like a different film. It had Paul Newman in, for one thing. But it was definitely worth seeing. And
it's a straight roll.
yeah, but it's not a usual. Paul Newman often plays a very charismatic kind of role. In this, he is charismatic, but he's a kind of deluded loser with a good heart. But he talks people into things in a sort of way that he really doesn't know what he's doing. He just thinks, oh well, if we try this, maybe we'll get this. So and he's always bigging himself up, but he's also bigging up other people, saying you're great at this. So he's a nice guy, but it's just a weird film. And basically his team's going down the pan, and they get these three brothers who are really a bit mental, really. They've got these thick glasses on, who start fights at every single opportunity, and because of this, the fans start coming to the games again, so they start getting popular, and that sort of like in Goon, his faith starts reinvigorating the team. The way these brothers play start also reinvigorating the team in Slapshot, and it's very funny. There's one bit that really made me laugh, which is they're just skating around and starting fights, and the other team are all leaning over the barrier, screaming at one brother, and another one comes up behind them and just runs his hockey stick along everyone's heads as he skates past and gets the whole team at once. It's very funny. No, it doesn't knock them out or anything, but it's the fact he hits them all at once as he skates past. It was very good.
Paul Newman. I thought you said Paul Rubens.
No, not Pee Wee Herman. Paul Newman in Slapshot. It was in the mid-70s. He meets these brothers when they're beating the hell out of a Coke machine that hasn't given them a Coke. What the hell is this? So it's quite an adult film, and this Goon was fairly adult. I can't believe it.
Looks like he's got some quite good stuff, but then I scroll up and find Twilight. But
Who's that?
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman is a very, very famous actor. He's been in some brilliant films such as Cool
Twilight.
Hand Luke and HUD and stuff.
Wrong Twilight. Ignore that.
Oh, it's a different Twilight. I haven't seen Twilight, so I wouldn't know. But I was quite surprised when you said that.
awful.
Actually, let's not talk about Twilight. I did. This film definitely got better and better, didn't it, as it went along? And we both. It was kind of, though it was extremely graphically violent. I think it's only a 15, which surprised me, given the amount of blood and
Yeah, it's a 15.
violence was going on.
The worst you see is a tooth come out.
You see a tooth come out. You do. Yeah, that's
Well,
true. But
not
you see
even
a
that.
lot of blood and
It's
cuts
just like he's just sort of, and then it cuts away, and then you see the tooth.
flying through the air. Yeah. And I got to warm to this character, and he was very. I know you haven't seen American Pie. Have you? Stifler's a very loudmouth, confident kind of guy. Who's always comes a cropper, whereas in this role, Sean William Scott's a very different kind of character, and he pulls off really well. He acts really well in this. It has to be said. And I was never sure. I've only ever seen him do stuff like Stifler, so I wasn't convinced he was a good actor, but he was pretty good. It has to be said. The guy that played Ross Ray, I think it's pronounced Lee Schreiber.
Sabretooth.
It plays Sabretooth. Is that in the first X-Men film?
In
or
the
Wolverine.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
He's very convincing as a real hard nut that doesn't act like he's a hard nut, isn't he? You can kind of tell he's super tough. You know, he just talks quiet. He looks at people. You can kind of, and he's very good in that role too. So that was quite good. Was there any? What was your favourite moment?
There was the end fight. There was that bit where he blocks the puck with his face.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was great.
It's like that huge slice.
So he wins the
just
game
off
by
his
stopping
face.
a puck with his face, and also lying in the way while everyone's trying to kick him out of the way so they can get the puck in, and he's just ignoring them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. The end fight, which we won't go on about too much, was.
And there's just that bit about midway through where he's talking to Eve and some drunk guy comes up. It's like, hey, you stupid mate. Just punches him in the face and knocks him out, and just carries on the conversation.
Yeah, he's very tough in this, but like, he does. I still can't work out.
Huge.
So who's that?
Sean William Scott in this.
Do you think
He's huge.
he's fairly? He's bulky.
He's
He
muscly.
never struck me as being really big though. He's quite impressive though, and he's quite convincing in that part, isn't he? He's quite convincing. Good acting job.
Sean William Scott took intense skating lessons and learned how to fight on ice.
He does look like he's doing all his own fighting. I'll
Yeah.
give him that. It doesn't look like stuntmen anywhere. I don't know if they use CGI or what they do, but it definitely looks like him all the time in this. Overall, I kind of enjoyed this film, I have to say, and I'd recommend it, especially if you like sports type films. But I have to say the 15 rating seemed a little low compared to what was going on. It was virtually an 18 really, but hey, if you got a reasonably mature 15-year-old, it'd probably be fine. What would you give it out of 100, mate?
79.
I'd give it 70 out of 100. What's the IMDb?
7.1. Everything
was
seems
close.
to be 7.1.
Everything.
I think
That's
we
true.
were at 7.1.
But yeah, last film we talked about 7.1. That's quite true. But overall, we'd recommend this. Good sports film, kind of a comedy, but not an overt comedy, was it? There was funny bits for sure,
Yeah.
but more of an interesting drama where the central character, as time went on, you got to like him really a lot. It was definitely one of those films. I'm not sure if I like this. Oh yeah, it's okay, and like by the time
I
you
was
get to the
actually
end,
going to just
yeah.
walk away at the end.
You did, weren't it? About half an hour in, you were obviously getting bored, I remember. But by the end, really liked it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a definite recommend to rent or catch it sometime if you can, especially since it didn't have very wide distribution. It was a good one. Okay, anything else to add about it?
Yeah.
Alright then, so it's a recommend from us and a goodbye from me.
Bye.
You can visit us at our website www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com, or you can leave us feedback on info@thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. Any feedback you leave will be greatly appreciated, and we should be sure to mention you. We'd also very much like any iTunes reviews.